Okay, so today we are going to see performance testing live training uh, orientation session. So let's move to agenda. Before going to agenda, I will introduce myself. I am Archana Sapre. I have 6 years plus years of experience into the performance testing training. Okay, and team. Once we go through the slides, what we can do, you just note your questions and at the end we would discuss it. So let's move to today's agenda. What to expect at the end of training. Like you take performance testing training. At the end of the performance testing training, what you will be able to know. Who is this training for? Like whether QA or performance tester or automation tester, anyone. So let's see, we will see. Then prerequisites of the training. What will be covered? Here we will just go through the high level course content and we'll let you know what all things would be covered for each and every tool that we are going to do for performance testing. Performance testing introduction. Actually, what is performance testing? We just hear we should do performance testing for this project and that project. But what is actually? And at the end, your questions. So let's start. What to expect at the end of the performance testing training? So first of all, you will be getting hands-on exposure to performance testing. Here, what we will cover, hands-on experience. So we will get to know how to, first of all, I will let you know when the training starts, how to install a load runner tool and JMeter. We are going to cover both the tools in our training. So first of all, we will go with the load runner. So once the installation is there, whatever topics are covered, you will be able to practice that at your place. Okay, so that in that case, you will be getting hands-on. So it's not like that I will be only showing you the practical and you are not going to practice at your place. It's not like that. You will be practicing at the end of the training. Okay, and whatever questions you have, just post it on the chat or the forum. Okay, then understand when to implement load and performance testing. It's very necessary, team, to first of all understand why we actually need performance testing, what is the importance, and where we actually do load and performance testing. See here, performance testing is the main type, and below that there are different types of testing. Okay, that we will cover. I'm just giving you right now an example like load tests, endurance tests, stress tests. So we should be able to decide for each and every project what kind of performance test we need to do. So that is very important, team. Like when we should implement, at what time, which type of performance testing. Because for all projects, we do not do all types of performance testing. We choose only particular type of performance testing. Okay. Then next is understand the mechanics of applying effective load and performance testing. So here I have just mentioned applying load. So just giving an example, see, in performance testing, the main idea is to apply virtual user load. Why I'm saying virtual? because we do execute the application under test with large number of users, say suppose 100, 500 or even sometimes 1000. So that will vary from application to application. So here in performance testing, we need to see when we have load on our application, how the application will behave, like whether it will respond properly to the load that we have applied or it will just fail. Okay, so we need to check the mechanics of applying effective load so that we are sure, okay, our particular site is working properly or it is not working due to this under this particular load. So we should check why. Okay. Next is be aware of different load and performance testing tool and be able to justify and choose the appropriate tool for the job. So as in this we are going to cover load runner and JMeter. So team, like these days lot of tools are available in the market, but these two tools are like the market trenders, and load runner is very user friendly and as well as JMeter is, but then it depends on company to company. Sometimes they might have license of the particular tool, load runner, as it is a commercial. So they will decide, the management will decide, okay, which tool we go for. So depending on that, we should be able to justify, okay, load runner is best tool and why we are using that particular tool. So team, definitely the tools that we are going to cover are the market leaders. And like these are the tools, you go anywhere, these tools will be used at large. Okay. Next is identify and understand the pragmatic fixes for common performance problem. So, like when we go for performance testing, like when we complete our functional testing entire, okay. So suppose when we do performance testing, initially some problem are there in the application, like a page is not properly responding under particular load. So before we do actual performance testing, team always remember we should complete functional testing properly and the application we get should be stable enough to do performance testing, because we cannot waste time in doing just fixing the problem. So before like we start the actual performance testing process, there are different stages where we in each stage we do different type of activity that we will cover ahead when we start with the training. But just to make you understand like what fixes should be there, so first of all the application should be stable enough so that we are not facing the common problems again and again. Otherwise, it will delay our project, okay? Because we are wasting time in fixing those common problems, and again, the timeline for the project is just increasing, okay? Next, understand the skills and experience needed for load and performance testing. Here, like each and every person will not be able to do performance testing. It's not like that, okay? Suppose you are new to performance testing. You take this training and you get a project, say suppose. You are definitely going to start the performance testing project. It's not like that you will not be able to do, because you are getting hands-on here. Okay, you will be getting practical things of different, like you can say topics, important topics or important optimization. that we do in the performance testing. So don't worry team, once you go through the particular training, your skills will be there for performance testing. So don't worry about that, okay? Be able to develop and implement their own load and performance test plan and be confident in its success. So as I said, like there are different phases or stage you can say in performance testing. Each and every testing like has its own stages. I will just mention for your purpose, so you will be able to understand what I'm talking about the stages. First, I will just increase the font. Just a second. Let me see better. Okay. Okay. First is requirement gathering. Once we do requirement gathering means knowing the application. Okay. These are the stages I am talking about. Okay. Then after we gather information about the application, we do test planning. Okay. Test planning means we are gathering information and we are putting it in a particular document. So that is test planning. So we put in a proper documentation, you can say. The next is scripting. Like we identify during requirement gathering and test planning, we identify which business scenario we are going to do for performance testing. So we, as here we are using the tool, we need to automate the things. Okay, so we will do scripting through either, depending on the tool we are using, LR or JMeter. I'm just mentioning two tools right now because we are going to cover. There might be any other tools, but as I said, these are the market leader. This is HP tool and this is Apache. I will just mention Apache and HP. This is commercial and this is open source, like free of cost. Okay, whatever the cost is, it's for the servers only. Then once scripting is done, we do design scenario, then run the scenario. We will cover this much in detail afterwards. I'm just letting you know the stages. Okay, and then analysis, like we run the scenario, results are there, so we should be able to understand what results are produced. So that is the analysis, and finally the reporting. Okay, so these are the stages of performance testing. uh, Different names would be there for each type of testing, but stages are there for all type of performance testing. Okay, so this is about what to expect at the end of the training. So team, you will be getting hands-on experience. I will just mention hands-on LR and JMeter. All concepts of performance testing cleared. Then important, you can say, optimization we do. That comes in the practical itself, hands-on. So just I will uh, delete it. Then you will be able to get all the performance testing process. Each process we will go thoroughly what in each process we do, and confidence to do the project. Okay, further. So all things we will be able to do after the training. Team, like note your questions and at the end we will discuss. Okay. Now, who is this training for? Like who will be able to attain the training? Quality assurance engineers, performance engineers, load and performance tester, technical leads manager, or anyone who is required to perform, is involved in implementing or manages load and performance testing. So it's not like it's restricted, yeah, but this type of profile will be able to benefit from the performance testing training. Like suppose who are into manual testing, suppose they are getting a project in performance testing and they are not aware of the concept, so they can attend the training. Even the performance engineer who is just the beginner can also attend the training so that he will be able to gain more conceptual things here. Even the technical leads and manager, like they are the leads in the manual tester, but now want to handle the performance testing area, so they should also know. So all these people from different fields can take the training. Okay, or even like a performance tester or managers, as I said, engineers, beginners, automation tester can take the training. Now we will go through prerequisites. Like what, whenever anyone attends the performance testing training, what knowledge he should or she should have. Okay, attenders will need a basic knowledge of software testing principle. Just a basic, even if you don't have, that's not a problem, but yeah, basic, like what is actually testing, why we do testing and all those things. Okay, and attenders new to the testing as well as performance testing should consider the testing. So a basic idea of what is actually testing, how it is done, so that is a prerequisite. Not much knowledge is required for this. So even you have some conceptual things of the testing, you will be able to go for this training. But believe after performance testing training, you will be able to do any projects. I Now we will go to what will be covered. I have just mentioned a high level thing, like what we are going to cover. We are going to cover, I will just go to the page, performance testing. Here, like introduction, then why performance testing necessary, then types of performance testing, tools used for performance testing. Then here we will go through different performance testing stages, or you can say process. As I have mentioned above, we will go through each and every process in detail. Okay, once this concept is done, we will start with the tool that we are going to use. First, we would cover load runner. In that, load runner, it's kind of package. Okay, it has three components. Vuegen, all are used for different functionality. So Vuegen is used for scripting, controller is used for designing and running of the scenarios, and analysis for analyzing the result and preparing the report. Okay, so all these components we are going to cover in detail going further. This tool is done. We then go for here, just mentioning what protocols we are going to cover, just an overview. Okay, web, HTTP, HTML, and web service protocol we are going to cover. Similarly for tool JMeter. In JMeter, there are different elements, you can say, not components. Like there are different elements like timers, listeners, then samplers, assertions. So all these are elements which we use to create the scripts. So we are going to cover all important elements of JMeter. Okay. Here also we are going to cover the same web HTTP, HTML, and web service protocol. Team, if you want to get in detail like what topics, all things will be covered, like it's already there on the ITeLearn site. So you can go there and just visit. I'm just giving you the overall high level overview of what we are going to cover. Like in detail, each and every concepts of both the tools will be covered. Like I am giving you example. Say suppose optimization of things like parameterization, correlation. All these things will be covered in both things which are required actually for scripting. Then runtime settings, then how do we replay our script, how do we design the scenario. So don't worry, each and every concept will be cleared properly. Okay. So that is about the course content. Now we will just see what performance testing is. Okay, you are hearing lot like, okay, you should do performance testing, but what is actually? It is non-functional testing to determine system responsiveness, stability, reliability, and scalability. Okay, I will just go through, like will make you understand each and every word that we are here mention. Let me take the application that we are going to cover. uh, for that, this is the web2s application, HP web2s application we will be covering for our training purpose. So it is a flight booking application. Okay, so I'm just opening. Before this, like before we open the application, you should remember we, for this particular application that is provided by HP, we should start the server, web server. Okay, so I will just show you. I'm going to it. I'm just searching web tools. Okay, I'm starting HP web tool server. It is starting the web tools Apache server. Okay, it has started, and I will just open the application. Okay, here web tools. You can see this is a web tools application. Okay, so we have what the definition is. Non-functional testing is to determine system responsiveness. Now, what do you mean by system responsiveness? Like I have launched this particular application, so it is launching within few seconds or it is taking time. So that is responsiveness. Okay. Now suppose I log in. Okay. Jojo 10. Okay. Yeah. It's giving me response in few seconds. So that is the responsiveness of this particular application. Okay. Stability. Like what is stability? Like whenever I'm using the application, am I getting like the application is not responding in between, or I'm getting some issues in the application? No, that is not happening. So my application is stable enough. I just click on anything and it is giving me response properly. Okay, so that is stability. Reliability, like once the application is stable and if you want to launch this application in your production, you can do that because you are sure, okay, that is that the application is stable and reliable. Okay, so not any issues are going to come in the production. So that's the reason, team, like we do performance testing before going our application into the production. We should test all possibilities of any error, of any particular load or responsiveness. We should check for our application. Okay. Then scalability. Like suppose web tools application, just a second, I will just mention scalability. Web tools is taking, say suppose 50 V user load. V user means virtual user. They are not the real user. Always remember, in performance testing, we use the term V user instead of just user because they are the virtual users. Okay. So right now Web2 is taking 50 V user load. Now suppose if we want to run Web2 with say 100 V user load, will it be able to take? That we need to check. So that is called as scalability. If it is able to run with 100 users, yeah, the application is scalable to 100 V user load. Okay. If it is not, then application is only able to run or only able to scale up to 50 V user load. Okay. So that is scalability. So like you say, like I do want to do performance testing and all. So we need to performance testing mainly. In performance testing, we run the application or we put virtual user load on application to check the response time, that is the responsiveness of the application, and whether it is able to take a particular user load of the application. Okay, so that is performance testing. So we will see actually why performance testing is critical for the business. Okay, I will just give you few statistics here, why performance testing is critical for the business. Then only, like, most of the organization today do performance testing. It's not like it is just hot in the market, that's why they are doing. No, performance testing is critical and we should always do for the business. And team, let me tell you, it's very hot cake, you can say, in the market. Okay, so if you like search for the job, I will just show you, like if you just put performance testing USA, you will get lot of jobs in that particular field. Okay, why performance testing is critical, like say 57% users will abandon a site after 3 seconds if it doesn't load. Okay, a major outage can cost an average firm dollar 1 lakh to 5 lakh 5 million per hour. You can imagine. Sorry, not lakh, 1 million. Okay, 1 million to 5 million dollars. So such a loss, you can imagine, like if performance testing is not done and if outage is there, then your company would lose this much amount. And the average large US corporation experiences 87 hours of downtime a year. Okay, okay, so these are the points like why performance testing is critical for the business. Obviously, like suppose you're doing a business and your site is not working, no users are going to come to your site and you will experience loss as well as the brand name. Okay, and plus you will lose your users as well as you will have lost like in millions and all those things. Okay, so cost wise as well as brand name, it will be your loss. Now I will just make you understand the demand for QA and performance testing, why it is increasing. It's increasing. I will just show you. Okay, right now you can say uh, 35% of average company IT budget, okay, have testing account, but by 2018 it will rise to 40%. So you can imagine, like the demand for performance testing and is increasing. Okay, 63% tester stated that performance testing is a non-functional test that their team typically performs. Okay, and 55.2% says they use performance testing tool. Okay, so by this percentage you can imagine like the demand for performance testing is increasing and definitely going to increase further. And one more thing, team, like going ahead, like the manual testing is going to just fade off. Because why? I mean, I'm not saying just going off, but as the world is moving towards automation, they are needing more and more automation testing or performance testing for their application because they want quality. Okay, and here they are saving the cost of real user. Here we just need the cost of the servers and the license, and we can put virtual user load on the application. And suppose if we do this in the functional testing, suppose we want to test for 1000 users, it's first of all not possible, but if it is possible, then we would be requiring 1000 real users as well as the resources like machine, then the space and all those things. So more cost would be added. Okay, 91% testers stated that performance and load testing is an important skill to be a good tester. Okay, performance and load testing. I will just mention performance testing because all types of performance testing will come, and this is load test, say endurance test, say stress test. So these are types of performance testing. So I'm just mentioning performance testing. Very important skill to be a good tester. So team, by this statistic and all these things, you will be able to understand, okay, why we should opt for performance testing because it's going to increase year by year. Okay. So, okay, just to show you, I will just show you if we search for say performance testing uh, jobs, I will just show you so that you will be having an idea. Okay, performance testing is really hot cake in the market, and your if you choose performance testing, your career would be very good. I will just show you. Just search. I will just I will just mention a particular area, New York City. You can see this many jobs opportunity you have for performance testing. Okay, and it's definitely going to increase and increase. Okay, so this is about performance testing introduction, and also like I have told, the demand for performance testing is increasing and why it's critical for the business, your business. Okay, so that's it team. Please, any questions from your side? We will take it up now. Let me know if you have any questions. Anything you need to ask me, not able to understand, please. You can type in the chat and I will be able to answer your questions. No questions, team? That's good. I hope everyone understand it. That's really good. So everyone understood? Okay, someone has question. Okay. On what tools are we going to practice? Did you say HP load runner and JMeter? We are going to cover both tools, load runner and JMeter. Okay, great. Anything else, team? Which scripting language is needed to learn for LR? Really not, but some basic of C. Even if you are not aware, that's fine. You will be able to know when you do performance testing training. So some concepts, not like the programming concept, but uh, some of the coding will be covered, basic coding will be covered in your training. You really don't require programming skills as such, okay? Even for JMeter, like what we are going, I will just give you the overview. Like suppose we select a particular business scenario, or you can say a test case in terms of manual testing, okay? What we are going to do, we are going to first of all record the business scenario with both the tools. After we record, we are going to do necessary optimization. Like the protocols that we are covering right now will not be requiring much of the coding, because this protocols, and let me tell you, these protocols are the widely used protocols in any organization. Okay, because most of the application, I mean, uh, are browser based as well, and these days like app based. So browser based application will be needing web HTTP HTML protocol that we are going to cover. Clear? I hope it's clear. Okay, next question is, we will be doing end-to-end project on LR and JMeter or just for practice on web tools? Uh, we will be doing, after the training is complete, there is for project as well, where we will focus on just the practical things. In training, we are going to cover practical things, like, but in the project, you will be doing the project. No, I will be just guiding and you will be doing the project. Okay. Next is, how much if proficiency in C required? As I said, not much, only the basic will be great. So don't worry about the programming skills. How can we practice load runner at home as it is a paid tool? See, a free license, free trial is available that I will guide once we start with the training, where to do the installation and all those things. Okay. How long will be the training and the project? Total duration? It would be 30 plus hours. Okay. Anything else? I hope all your questions are answered. Let me know if I missed anyone. Please let me know, team. Yeah. 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 Hello. I hope everyone's questions are answered, right? If you have any other questions, you can post in the forum as well. Like After that, afterwards you think, okay, my questions are left unanswered or I have new question, you can just post into the forum, or anyone from the team will answer you. Okay, I think now no one has questions. So thank you team once again, and we are stopping the session here. Okay, thank you.